lovely, lovely lot. Today we're using CJP. I've brought out some of the most gorgeous browns and coppers that they do. So we're throwing in there copper rose, copper penny, antique bronze, chestnut, the Supernova, drama queen. We've got it all going on. Coconut milk I pulled out at the last minute, but we will get into that. So first of all, I'm coming in with Fantasy and I'm going to do that reverse smile line. So I'll pop that bead down, okay, and I'm going to blend out the back of that. Now, as long as it's not running everywhere, you know, you don't want to lose control of that bead, you can actually concentrate on that back. If you blend it out, we don't want any shadowing with that second bead, and then we can wait for the front to set up slightly, and then you've got less chance of it sticking to your brush, because like I mentioned in the last video, if you get any acrylic between those bristles, you can get hardened acrylic, and that is a bit of a bugger to get out, guys. I'm sure we've all done it. The amounts of brushes I went through when I first started. At the end of a set I thought, you know, I got it out, I thought I'd cleaned it, but you won't know till you come back to it again. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I make sure I blend out that back thoroughly, then using the side of my brush I will then use that to shape the front. Once I'm happy with that, I'm coming in with my second bead. So I'm going to tuck that in around the cuticle, tuck, 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 and then sweep it forward. And if you notice, I'm pulling just the front of that bead forward, leaving the bulk of it in the back third as my apex. If I'm not happy with that apex, if there's not a lot there, I can go in with another one. And then what I do is, again, using the side of my brush, because the belly and the side of that brush is where your strength is, I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to lose that shape that we worked so hard on with that first bead. Really chuffed with that. Moving on to the next one. Coming in with Fantasy again, pop that bead down, push it towards the back, clean my brush, it's sticking a little bit there, so clean my brush, wipe it off, tuck it in and then just pull that down slightly, wipe my brush again. I don't want that coming too far down. Then I'm going to go from the middle to the right and then middle to the left, and like I said, pull the front of that bead down. You don't want to drag all that work that you've done around that cuticle area, don't drag that forward, don't drag that down the nail, just the front of that bead. Pat and press that into shape. Then I'm going to come in with some glitter. So what I'm going to do is I want to map out where I want the glitter to go. So I'm coming in with copper rose, and I'm going to pop that at a diagonal to elongate that nail, and then what I'm going to do is pat that into place, and that's going to go underneath. And then I'm going to come in with Drama Queen. Now Drama Queen is a rose gold pre-mixed glitter acrylic from CJP. That means that the glitter already has clear acrylic mixed in it, so I pick it up like I would do a normal bead, but this has some really, really big chunky pieces in. So I'm going to apply it in small beads on the nail. Sorry about that. I got distracted. Somebody's doing something out the corner of my eye. So yeah, what I'm going to do is come in. I don't want to completely cover up that copper rose. Okay, I want to layer these glitters up. So I'll pop that on, and then I'm going to come in with Supernova. Now there's too much on there. It really did take over, so I'll swipe a little bit off. And then I'm going to brush that in between those big chunky pieces of that Drama Queen. Pat the sides and the tip, make sure you're keeping the shape all the time. Whenever you're working on a nail, don't lose the shape when you apply acrylic, glitters, whatever you decide to apply to that nail, because it just means more filing for you later. Now I'm going to do the same, exactly the same here with that cuticle bead, exactly the same as I did with the little finger, but I'm going to marble the next three nails. So I'm going to do the tip on that reverse smile line, and I'm going to do a marble halfway on the ring finger, and I'm going to do a full marble on the pointer finger. So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to come in with my beads. So there is Chestnut, there is Copper Rose, Antique Bronze and Copper Penny, and I'm going to go swoop it down again. I want it to mirror the glitter in the way of the shape, but it's got really big C curve on these lovely tips that I've popped on here. And then I come in with the chestnut brown again. It's just called Chestnut, but it's the darkest that I've got, and I run that through just to break up, because I did find that the Copper Rose and the Copper Penny, they're all super pigmented, but they did kind of dominate, is the word I'm looking for, the browns on here. So first of all I went in with the darker brown, and I'm going to keep going in with those 4 or 5 browns that I've got there. And then I brought out the coconut milk that I mentioned earlier, because I just needed something just to break it up. So that's what I did. So I'm just gonna fill around that C curve. And there's bits missing on the edge, so I go in. And if it looks darker, I go in with the lighter brown, and if it's lighter, I go in with the darker brown. Everything that I use today, guys, will be listed below in the description box. You can head over to CJP Nail Systems and go and check that out if there's anything there that you fancy in any of those browns. This is Drama Queen, and I'm just going to put it where the cover colour meets the marble, because like I said, there's really some big chunky bits. So I'm coming in with teeny tiny beads. I'm nudging it with the tip of my brush. Don't want it too close to the edge so it sticks out, and then I end up filing it off. There's nothing worse than having a beautiful glitter and you file it off and it looks like you've got, aluminium foil on there, or aluminium foil as some of you do say, but it's aluminium here in the UK. And then what I'm going to do is I do come in with that coconut milk, because like I did, I went and pulled that out. I think this is Supernova as well. I popped some of that, thread that through. The reason I brought out Supernova is like it's a mylar, so when you hit the light, it's got those beautiful shades in there, and I just thought it was really nice. But I've also got the glittery shimmers of the antique bronze. Chestnut's got some in, and so has Copper Rose. So yeah, I really like this set, but I like browns anyway. I do love autumn for this colour. Right, okay, so I'm going in with Chestnut here, and I'm going to go around that smile line that I have filed into shape. You don't file it into shape, that's the wrong way to say it. You refine what you've done. If you've done most of the work with your brush, then all you need to do is just refine it so that these dark colours that you're going to pop up against it show off your hard work, what you've done, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is put that on. There was a little bit of brown round on the left side. I don't think you can see it from this angle, but it was round on that left side and it had got onto the cover pink, so I actually wiped that off. That's what you saw me doing. So I've swept it down and it's wet. So while it's wet, I'm going to thread through some of those other colours. So I'm going to use that as my base. Make sure that's completely covered the tip area and it's opaque. Then while it's wet, I'm going to go with a teeny tiny bead of antique bronze. I go in with Copper Penny, Copper Rose, and also coconut milk. That's what this one is. And then what you do is you pop it on there in teeny tiny beads like I have done there, and then you push it through with the tip of your brush to get those lines, and then because it's wet underneath, it should start to like melt it a little bit. So I'm just threading through. That's copper penny, that one. This is me deciding which one I'm going to put through next, and take it down the edge of the nail. I just wanted to break up the solid colour, make it match the marbles, and use this as an opportunity to practice the marbles. You guys know how much I love a marble. It was one of my favourites to do. This is Supernova Glitter, pre-mixed acrylic glitter from CJP. Again, it's the Mylar glitter with clear acrylic already in it. So once I'm happy with that, I'm then going to pat that in, and then pat that in, not pack it in, pat that in, and then we're going to do a full marble on the pointer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I come in with double dipped on the brush, and I will make sure that cuticle area is nice and neat with these dark shades. So I push it in, and then I will scrape it down, push it around, tuck it in, and then drag that down the nail. Then I'm going to come in with my wetter beads, not too wet. You don't want them to run off and you've got no control. You do not want that. But they need to be wetter than the normal beads that you would apply in order to manoeuvre them and swirl them around. And then I come in with the coconut milk on a more dominant scale, with it being like the whole nail on here. So I just go up, down, up. If you play too much with these, it can become a muddy mess. If that ever happens, take a look at it. Is it too dark, too light? And then go in with the opposite colour and thread it through like I did around that smile line, and add that. You know, it's not always a lost cause. You can pop some glitter. You can put a strikingly different colour. So if it's white, go in with a really dark shade of whatever colour you're using, or if it's black, brown, navy, you can go in with like a coconut milk or a vanilla, you know, opposite end of the colour spectrum sort of thing. So all I'm going to do is keep adding these beads all the way up the nails. I've got like 5 different browns here, so I just alternate it between all of them, adding 2 or 3 beads. I don't like too many because I don't want it to start setting up before I've had a chance to do me swirly thing and make me marble. So what I will do then, as I finish this nail, is I will go back to the beginning. So I'll do the clear capping on the other nails. I am going to fully cap all of these nails. I will then file and buff them into shape, and then we are going to be coming towards the end of our video. So I really do hope you've enjoyed this design today. What I'm doing here is filling in on that C curve any that has missed. So I'm not going to make it drag round. I'm not going to pull the colours that I've had into that area. I can go in and I can patch it up later. You can add 1 or 2 small beads of brown to cover up any bits that have been missed. Don't worry about it. You can always go back and fix it and just add little bits, rather than make it stretch too far and, like I said, you get into a muddy mess. I am going to come in with Supernova, and then I do come in with a teeny tiny bit of Drama Queen, again just to tie in all 4 nails. So while you watch me do that, I do have a question, guys. Has anybody got anything good that they're watching at the minute over on Netflix? We're halfway through watching the last series of You that's just been downloaded, but that is the sort of series that we've all got to be in to watch together. But my husband and I, we go off on a tangent and we'll watch, you know, random series on our own. So if anybody's got any suggestions, that would be fantastic if you could leave me a comment below. So I have clear capped these nails, filed and buffed them into shape, and then guys, it's time to top coat. Then we are at the end of our video. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, would you mind just hitting that thumbs up? And if you're not subscribed already, I would absolutely love it if you would. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye!